What's going on? Welcome to Table Talk Tuesday. Today's topic. Partner, what's today's topic?
So shout out to everyone who left comments about suggestions for Table Talk Tuesday. We really appreciate you all watching and giving us advice. So thanks for that. So the first one that we're going to deal with is how to be spiritual but not religious. I feel like we need sound effects. Yeah. Like that's a really good question. So shout out to Kimberly Bolden for suggesting that for us. And then also how to go about day-to-day practices of following Jesus. So that's what we're doing today.
Partner, what you got for us? What you got for us?
I think that that comes with time. It comes with perspective, like growing in your walk with Christ. Because initially, as a baby Christian, you might kind of be going through the motions. You might be the ones going to church and reading your Bible and praying at a certain time. Like you might need to be on that schedule to what's the word I'm looking for? To grow, to expand as a Christian. Kind of like a baby. Like initially, if you want to have peace in the home, you might need to have that baby on the schedule, eating at a certain time, checking their diaper at a certain time, sleeping at a certain time. Just to get some consistency for the child and also to have some, like I said, peace of mind for the parent or the guardian. So I think initially as a Christian, some people it would almost be advantageous to go through that stage of strict practices just to kind of get a groundwork started, to get that foundation set. But then with time, as you mature, you'll realize like, okay, well, maybe it's good for me to have my time with God in the evening. And maybe initially you were having it in the morning. Or maybe you do need to have it in the morning to get your day started off right, as opposed to having it in the evening. Or whereas you were reading the Bible, like this is the only book that I can read and I don't want to hear nothing else. You may start going into extra biblical sources, reading books that are Christian-like, but not necessarily the Bible. So I think it's good initially, but I think as you grow and mature, you'll gain some perspective.
I am always telling people that I'm not down. I'm not down for the religious aspect. And hear me out. I believe sometimes religion can put people in a box. People who only operate out of that. I am very spiritual, and I look at that as a lifestyle. I look at it as more than a set of rules. I look at it, this is how I operate my day-to-day life. I think religion, is basically a group of people that come together and say, these are our traditions, this is what we do, and this is how we do it. And I'm down for that. I agree with you. I believe starting off, you want to have those set of morals and those set of beliefs. And I was reading something, and that's why I was on my phone. As I was taking my notes, I came across something that hit a nail on the head, and it said religion and spirituality are two related yet distinct terms associated with faith. And it goes into detail, but the biggest difference, he said, between the two is one is believing versus one being. And I think one is believing and one is being, because naturally anybody can say, I believe I can go to church, but being the church is different for me. It's the spiritual part. I think the day-to-day practices are the spiritual point, actually putting feet to the word and moving, and not just being some religious person that wants to bash you over the head because traditionally I didn't do something that you agree with. A lot of churches say, women, you got to come into church with your church hat on, your shorts all the way down. Some churches are so used to men with a three-piece suit on. To me, that's what religion does. Sometimes they put people in a box. And I think the spiritual, God just wants to focus on everyone. But I think each is needed at a certain point. I just feel like when people overdo some things, it can be stagnant to growth. So, that's the biggest differences to me between religion